Hey guys, welcome to another top 5 rental teams video. I actually have a new daily news show on the channel where I talk about all the latest Nintendo news. Feel free to check that out, but let's get right into these teams. Roll that intro. Hey everybody, welcome back to another top 5 rental teams video. This is my first video I've released including all the new Pokemon from the Isle of Armor, and I'm super excited to share it with you. If this is your first time here, keep in mind that in addition to giving you the code for 5 different teams, I also give you all the full EV spreads and links in the description to complete Pokepastes. So if you like any of these teams, you can easily build them for yourselves. When I show you the code for each team, I will also tell you what 2 Pokemon you should bring to lead in different situations, what the main strategy of the team is, and how to counter some of the popular threats in the meta right now. I tested more teams for this rental video than I have in the entire time of my channel. I went through so many that I almost gave you guys, and then I just decided they weren't good enough. So the quality of these teams is better than ever. Also, for the first time ever, I'm going to give you guys the code for a team that I designed myself. Normally, all my teams are gathered from other players from around the Pokemon community, but I built a team for the Isle of Armor DLC that's been doing really well. And even though I thought it was going to be a gimmicky team, I keep using it and keep winning with it. So I thought if the team is doing this well, I might as well share it with you guys. And even better than that, I'm going to share with you guys 2 teams I built. So you get a bonus 6th team in this video. Smash that like button if you enjoy these videos. It helps out the channel so much. And definitely subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I've also started a brand new series on this channel called Nintendo News Daily, where every single morning at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I put up a video with all the news from Nintendo from the previous day. It's normally 5 to 10 minutes long. It's never too long. Just a quick news update. I'd love it if you guys would check those out as well. Let's get right into our first team. And the reason that I decided to start with this team first is because it's a team that's really easy to play. One of the teams that I cut from this video was a team that was #1 in the world at one point, but it was just so complicated and hard to play with no room for error. Even when I did win with it, it never felt good. This is a team, however, where there's room for error and you can still dominate with it, and that's why I picked it. The main idea of this team is to Dynamax Porygon Z and Max Strike everything. Even if Max Darkness or Max Hail would be super effective, you still want to click Max Strike, unless it's a Pokemon that would resist a normal attack like a Rock type. Porygon's partner, the one that you want to be sending out with Porygon if you're leading with him, would probably be Clefairy is the best bet. Not only can you use Helping Hand to make Max Strike an absolute force, but you can also use Follow Me if you just need to bring your opponent's attacks away from Porygon Z for a little bit. Max Strike is going to be lowering your opponent's speed every time, in addition to doing huge damage. Because this is based from Hyper Beam, the base attack power for Max Strike is 150. Plus holding Life Orb, it's going to 2-shot almost anything in the entire game if it's got a Helping Hand behind it. Now, a way to really secure the win is to actually bring Clefairy and Porygon Z in the back. If you can, get your opponent to waste their Dynamax on the Pokemon that you lead with, and then by the time Porygon Z and Clefairy come out, it's just sweep it up for the win. Clefairy also has Protect, so you do need to be aware that there are no attacking moves on this Clefairy. However, its ability Friend Guard makes it such a great partner for Porygon because Friend Guard reduces the amount of damage dealt to allies, so it's just such a great combo. A lead that I really like to use is to send out Talonflame and Excadrill, because with the ability Gale Wings, either Tailwind or Dual Wing Beat will always go first with Talonflame, and then Excadrill can just either Rock Slide or Earthquake, whatever one's better, to just start getting in some really serious damage on your opponent. So you bring in Talonflame, set up the Tailwind, get some chip damage on with Excadrill. Depending on what Pokemon they send out, you might do some way more than chip damage. I've swept teams just with Talonflame and Excadrill, never needing to use my Pokemon in the back. The thing you have to be careful about with this team, though, is Rillaboom. If you see Rillaboom, you really don't want to bring Excadrill, because Earthquake does basically nothing when grassy terrain is up and you don't really have any other way to set terrain. And then Urshifu gets big hurt from grassy glide. So if you do see Rillaboom, Togekiss and Talonflame would be your best bets to get some damage in. He's gonna fake out one of them. He's probably gonna go for the Talonflame, so my best bet would just be to Flare Blitz and Heat Wave, and he can only fake out one at a time, and hopefully one of your attacks will hit. You can also risk it for the biscuit, try to follow me and set a Tailwind, or try to dual Wing Beat. But if he gets the fake out off before the follow me takes priority, then you've kind of put yourself in a bad situation of losing your Gale Wings ability and also losing a potential attack that turn. But Rillaboom is really, really common right now, so it is something you have to be super careful about. Urshifu is a tank, always really, really good. Surging Strike hits 3 times, all critical hits. Great for one-shotting Pokemon that normally have a Focus Sash. However, I find myself not bringing Urshifu a lot on this team. Pretty much all the teams I've tried with Urshifu, I don't end up using it a lot, just because the team, it really only needs to be 5 Pokemon. Urshifu is kind of there to scare people. If you did build this team yourself, he would be the one Pokemon that I would suggest maybe changing. But one of the things I love to do, if I see Rillaboom, is just go Talonflame, Togekiss. When Talonflame goes down, because if Rillaboom's out, they're really afraid of the Talonflame, you bring in Porygon Z, Nasty Plot, follow me. Then when Togekiss goes down, Clefairy's there, and then you Dynamax and just sweep it up. Another great lead is just to lead Clefairy, Porygon Z, and then have Togekiss in the back. So when Clefairy goes down, if you have to end up following me a lot with it, Togekiss can come in and then continue the follow me spams. But what's really awesome is Togekiss doesn't have to just be a bulky follow me Pokemon on this team. You can use it as another Dynamax option, which is super, super helpful. Obviously, if you do end up bringing Urshifu to matches, that's always a safe play for a Dynamax option too. But like I said, the point of this team, the way to make this team easy mode, is to bring Clefairy and Porygon either in the front or in the back, and just Dynamax Porygon Z, and helping hand follow me after you with Clefairy. One other thing to mention is not everyone can learn things just by being told what to do. Sometimes it really helps to get that visual reference. So at the end of the video, it's all in the timestamps. Every team's in the timestamps, but also I do a battle with every team as well. So if you don't want to watch all the battles, that's why I put them at the end. But if that's really helpful for you and you want to see a team in action, how it works, just go to the timestamp. For example, this is Team 1. You can go in the timestamps, go to Team 1 battle, and see how the team is supposed to work in action. All of the battles that you'll see are actually done in Master Ball tier, not casual or anything like that. All right, let's get right into team number 2 here. This is another team that's both easy to use against high-level competition and really fun to use, so you can see why I picked it. What's great about this team is literally it has 3 different pairs of Pokemon that are meant to lead that all work really well with each other. So having 3 different leads is pretty awesome because you can just kind of mix and match, pick and choose. The 3 leads are literally side by side in the team preview. So Alchemy and Duraludon would be your number 1 lead, Hitmontop Gyarados would be your number 2 lead, and Torkoal Venusaur would be your number 3 lead. Now, Alchemy, Duraludon, the idea is to use Decorate with Alchemy on Duraludon while it just tears through everything. What Decorate does is add +2 attack and special attack to a Pokemon. So it's basically a weakness policy, except you don't have to hurt yourself, and you get to hold another item besides a weakness policy. So Duraludon wearing an Assault Vest makes it extremely tanky, especially when it's Dynamaxed. It's also a great lead if you see that your opponent is bringing Pokemon that are going to try to possibly put you to sleep, because you can max Lightning to set the terrain so they can't do that anymore. This lead is also particularly good for stuff like NDD and Hatterene, because even though if NDD uses Follow Me, this would be a case where instead of decorating, you would just use Magic Room. And what that would do is nullify the items that NDD and Hatterene are holding. So even if Hatterene is sashed, Duraludon can one-shot it with Max Steel. Duraludon's ability Stalwart allows it to hit Hatterene even if NDD uses Follow Me. So this lead was actually built with that matchup in mind. Alchemy is Choice Scarfed, but of course if you end up using the Magic Room, the Choice Scarf is no longer in effect, so you can choose whatever move you want again. If you end up using Decorate from turn 1, you will only be able to use Decorate, and that's not a problem, as if you get 2 Decorates off, your Duraludon is going to be +4. And if you get 3 of them off, which happens more than you would think, your Duraludon is +6 and can pretty much one-shot anything in the game at that point. So it's pretty awesome. The second lead is also really fun. I mean, the first 2 leads are my favorite. I love the third one as well, but the second lead, Hitmontop and Gyarados, is awesome because it's double Intimidate. So right away, if you see in the team preview that your opponent are bringing a lot of physical Pokemon, you know that you can bring Hitmontop and Gyarados and have a lot of fun. This is also the team you would use if you see something like Whimsicott with Lucario or Whimsicott with Terrakion. If you know that they have a Justified Pokemon and they're going to do that thing where they beat themselves up, there's no Follow Me user on this team, so you can't counter it that way. All you have to do is fake out the Whimsicott, then hit it with a Max Airstream from Gyarados, and in the meantime, their Pokemon that they just Dynamaxed is going to be -2 physical attack. So it's going to really put it in your favor if they end up trying to pull that on you. Another really great thing about this Gyarados is it has Taunt, which no one expects. And that's why this lead is really great for counter for Trick Room. Because if you see something like Dusclops, you can bring this lead, fake out the Pokemon that isn't Dusclops or is not the Trick Room Center with Hitmontop, and then just taunt it with Gyarados, because obviously if it's a Trick Room user, it's not going to be outsped by Gyarados. Just taunt it and boom, you're not setting off a Trick Room, you can just continue doing your thing. Hitmontop itself is not bad against Indy and Hatterene because it has Wide Guard, which will block all spread moves, so Dazzling Gleam, Muddy Water, Blizzard, all that stuff just gets blocked by Wide Guard from Hitmontop, so that's really clutch as well. Like I said, if you do end up Dynamaxing Gyarados, you're pretty much going to be wanting to max Airstream if possible, because you're holding that sharp beak. You can also max Airstream right into a Moongus for a one-shot. You can one-shot NDD when you normally couldn't because of that sharp beak. But Max Quake and Max Geyser are also really good. You're probably not going to be wanting using Earthquake on any circumstances if you're not Dynamaxed. However, if Torkoal or Venusaur is on the field, because they are the 2 Pokemon with Protect on this team, obviously you can Earthquake. The last lead is Torkoal and Venusaur, and this is just a classic lead because it can outspeed the fastest speed tiers, and it can also dominate under Trick Room, so it's a win-win. You bring out Torkoal, his ability Drought turns on the sun, and then Venusaur's ability Chlorophyll makes him extremely fast. You can quickly get in and start doing damage. Dynamaxing with the Life Orb is going to do some really, really intense damage. This would also be the counter for Kingdra in the rain, because what happens is Torkoal's Sun will win the Weather War because it's slower. So the Swift Swim won't activate on Kingdra. Instead, Venusaur will just be really fast. And then typically what you would want to do is swap Torkoal out right after the first turn. So that way, if they try to do something to set the rain again, you can just bring the sun right back. So based on what your opponent brings, just pick 2 pairs of 2 and bring them together. Obviously, you can mix and match. It's not set in stone. There are situations where you'd probably want to do that. But if you're doing this on easy mode and you're learning the team, just keep bringing 2 pairs of cores and learning how they work together, and you'll get really good with this team really fast, as you can see if you skip ahead in the timestamps to that battle. That wraps it up for this team. If you have any more specific questions, let me know, but there is an absolutely fantastic write-up to go along with this team that goes into even more detail than what I've done here, and I highly recommend checking that out. You can find that in the description of this video along with the full EV spread for the team. All right, here we come up to team number 3. This team is cleverly named Talon Rain. And if you're going to use Kingdra and Politoed, which is really popular right now, I actually think this is the best way to do it, and I'll explain why. The reason being is, how do you beat Kingdra and Politoed when you're facing Kingdra and Politoed? Well, I've actually got a battle where I do that. And the key to doing that is Talonflame, because with Gale Wings, it can have a priority Tailwind. So when you set the Tailwind, you're going to be making your whole team faster, and that extra boost of speed is going to let you max Wormwind the opposing Kingdra before they get a chance to do it to you. Most Kingdra teams don't have a Tailwind setter because they don't need it because of Swift Swim. However, having that option, not just against the mirror match, but in other scenarios as well where you need even more speed, sorry for that rhyme, Talonflame makes an absolute world of difference. It's also great for just destroying Rillaboom, getting rid of Venusaur right away. The only thing you have to be careful of, which Rillaboom can do, is Fake Out. If Talonflame gets faked out, it loses all that priority, even if that's the only thing that happens to it that turn. But the core of this team, what makes it shine, is Politoed and Kingdra. Politoed, of course, with its ability Drizzle, can come in, set the rain for Kingdra, and then Kingdra having Swift Swim makes it faster than most of the meta under the rain. You Dynamax it, it's bulky as heck, it's powerful as heck, it's very, very powerful. So that can do a lot of damage. Because we're seeing so many terrains come into play right now with Indeedee and Rillaboom and even Pincurchin, Electric, Psychic, Grass Terrain, we've got Snorlax using Steel Roller, which does a massive 130 base power and removes the terrain completely, so no more grassy terrain for Rillaboom. So if you need to, you can lead Talonflame and Snorlax, try to get that Tailwind off, but if you get faked out, no problem, you're just going to Steel Roller with Snorlax anyways. If Snorlax ends up getting faked out, boom, you got your Tailwind. Win-win. Hitmontop is obviously fantastic because that's a fake out user himself, plus he has an eject button. So when he gets hit, he'll eject back out. That ability Intimidate, the next time you switch him in, you can lower your opponent's attack again. It's a really nice combo. Just like the other team, we have Wide Guard on Hitmontop and Helping Hand. Using Helping Hand with Kingdra is what makes it pretty much unbeatable. When I say unbeatable, I mean unsurvivable. If you get off a Helping Hand Max Wormwind or Max Geyser, the fact that it's also Stab is pretty much going to rip through anything. If you feel like your support Pokemon is going to be the one that's being targeted though, don't be afraid to use a Protect, switch out, and protect that support mon too. Magnezone is also fantastic on this team. Again, it's nice in the mirror match to be able to Rising Voltage on a Politoed, unless they're smart like us and they use Protect. But the best thing about this Magnezone is probably going to be Ally Switch, I'm not going to lie. People don't see Magnezone a lot, and then when they do, they don't think that it's going to be Ally Switching. So you can survive a lot of extra turns by doing that. And while Ally Switch is not the best way to win your games, it can honestly be really, really helpful. The things you need to know with this team is your goal is to get Kingdra up and going and get the rain set up for it. Now keep in mind, you don't have to use Politoed. You can set the rain yourself if you're going to Max Geyser on turn 1. Sometimes it's nice to lead with Talonflame and Kingdra if you think that Kingdra is going to be outspeeding anyways, and that way Talonflame can do something like taunt a Trick Room user, or set up a Tailwind if you were wrong about being able to get the move off, but you know you will be able to get it off first with a Tailwind, or if you need to, just hard switch Politoed in. And that way if your opponent leads with something like Venusaur and Torkoal, when Politoed switches in on them, it will set the rain and you'll outspeed in that turn no matter what. Again, no follow me user on this team, so if you need to, just lead Hitmontop, Kingdra, Fake Out, and nuke the support mon. If you have to, that's going to be destroying your day. But don't forget the Talonflame also has Taunt, so there's lots of ways you can counter different things with this team. It takes practice, it takes reading your opponent. If you ever get destroyed really badly, just think about what strategy would have worked, because there's always a way to win. If you have any comments or questions about team number 3, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the Pokepaste in the description. There is an additional description of how the team works included in that Pokepaste as well. All right, here we go with team number 4, and I'm smiling right now because if you look at the battle that I used to test this team out in the timestamps, we got someone using the exact same rental team, but I used it better and I got the win. So make sure you check that out if you want to know how to use this team. But the way this team works, it's not the easiest to use. I will say that. However, it's got a really fun gimmick and it can be really, really good. So it's good enough to where I felt like I should include it and include something a little different. Now, the gimmick of this team is to use Comfey and Goodra together. The way that's being used right now is to actually make Goodra a physical attacker and have Comfey boost its physical attack. So what makes this really unexpected is people are going to think you're using Giga Drain on Comfey, but you're actually not. What you're doing is using Draining Kiss on Goodra to activate that weakness policy, and then Dynamax Goodra and just go to town. Comfey is fantastic because it gets priority on healing moves, so you can use floral healing on Goodra, which just makes it so great. Plus, ally switch if you need to, and you can see there's Pokemon on this team that are somewhat fast. There's some that are kind of slow. If you need to get a Trick Room off, if your opponent has a really fast team, you can get a Trick Room off. But if your opponent has a really slow team, you can turn the Trick Room back off instead of being activated by using Trick Room with Comfey. So whatever you need, you can kind of do. If you do bring Comfey and Goodra, it's kind of best to lead with them. But Rillaboom is pretty broken with its ability Grassy Surge. I don't think I need to explain how that works. Also really good against NDD, because even though Rillaboom won't win the terrain war, you're going to get to U-turn into NDD, and that's going to hit it hard. That with something like the spread damage from a Hyper Voice or a Heat Wave from Togekiss or Primarina will pretty much take it out. Togekiss, as always, is your trusty, bulky, follow me spammer. Easy counter for things like beat up justified leads. Primarina in the back, I really like to bring sometimes when I know my opponent is going to go for a hard Trick Room. I like to take out his absolute slowest Pokemon, and then boom, surprise, here comes Primarina. I'm Life Orb, I'm Dynamaxing, I'm doing damage. Of course, you don't have to Dynamax Goodra. Primarina is an option, and that's actually how I beat the mirror match. If you can Dynamax Goodra, that's always the plan. With this team, I would not recommend Dynamaxing Togekiss, because you'll see Togekiss doesn't have Air Slash on this spread, so without a max Airstream, it's really not optimal. For this one, it has 2 spread moves. You want to use those spread moves. You don't want to do 1 max Flare. You want to do super effective fire damage on both Pokemon, right? You want to do that the same thing with Dazzling Gleam. So Togekiss is kind of out as Dynamax. Rillaboom, you never want to Dynamax because all of its moves have other functions, and you lose all the functions of all 4 of those moves if you Dynamax. Grassy Glide automatically goes first in terrain, that's gone. Knockoff removes the opponent's item, that effect's gone. Takeout flinches them, that's gone. U-turn, you get to pivot out of battle, that's gone. So that's why Rillaboom, you don't want to Dynamax. Bisharp, again, you don't want to Dynamax because besides Iron Head, all those moves have a lot of utility. Sucker Punch will let you attack before an opponent. Assurance is really, really good against Psychic and Ghost Pokemon. But again, I'm not going to go crazy in depth to this team because it pretty much has one primary goal, and that is to set off your weakness policy on Goodra with Comfey, and it's supported by a lot of other really good Pokemon that can win battles on their own. It's just a good team with a fun gimmick, and that's why I thought I'd include it. Wait till you see the battle. It's really exciting that it's going to be team number 4 battle in the timestamps below. As always, let me know if you have any questions or comments about this team. All right, everybody, welcome to team number 5, and this is my creation. Every Sunday, I host a weekly tournament where everyone is welcome to join. We get casual players, we get more advanced players, and this is the team I've used pretty much throughout the month in those tournaments. And not only was it really good in the tournaments, I always finish in the top 5 with it, but it was really good in ranked Master Ball as well. And I just kept getting wins and kept getting wins, and I never thought this team was going to be good. So I was really happy about it. As you can see, the team is made by Jake. It's my name right there. And I will leave this team up as a rental for the next video. So whenever I make this video, it's always a concern that the person who made the team is going to remove it as a rental. That's why I include the EV spreads so you can build them yourselves if that happens. And that's definitely happened on a lot of my past videos. But with the ones that say that they were made by Jake, I will always leave them up until at least the next 5 rental teams come out. So let's get into the team. This team is utilizing weakness policy, water compaction, Palisand. And I was so mad that like a week and a half after I made this team and started using it, Wolfie made a very similar team. And I was like, oh, what the heck, Wolfie? Obviously, he came up with his team himself. It's very different. The strategy in general is not a unique concept. It just is something that hadn't really been done in the meta in Sword and Shield yet, although it was going to happen at some point. So the idea is Palisand's ability, Water Compaction, makes its defense go up +2 every time it gets hit with a water attack. Now, Wolfie paired this with Exceligor, which I've also used on teams because Water Shuriken will hit 2 to 5 times and always go first. So you'll be either +4 or +6 physical defense on Palisand right away. which is amazing. But I chose to bring Primarina because similar to Water Shuriken, Aqua Jet will always go first, but it will only give you the +2 boost. It won't give you the +3. If you're feeling really trolly, and I have done this, the reason Urshifu is on the team, I wanted to really go all out with this gimmick, is because its ability, Unseen Fist, hits through Protect. You can lead Palisand and Urshifu, and on turn 1, Protect with Palisand, and hit yourself with Surging Strikes 3 times. Now the only problem with this is that even through Protect and the fact that you boost the defense +2 every time, Surging Strikes ends up doing quite a bit of damage to Palisand, so it's really a trolly thing to do and not ideal. But the main way I actually like to set leads with this team is to lead with Rillaboom and Porygon 2, or Rillaboom and Alakazam. And I like to save Palisand for the end as my Dynamax option, and if I have to, I have Primarina as a Dynamax option. What you want to do is, with Rillaboom and either Porygon or Alakazam, pretty much always lead Porygon unless I see something that's really going to take advantage of it, or I see NDD Hatterene because I like to get free Expanding Forces off with Alakazam. It's always nice. And what you want to do is use Rillaboom to fake out whoever you need to and set the Trick Room. And then even though Rillaboom isn't the slowest Pokemon, because it has Grassy Surge, you can still Grassy Glide and attack first, even under Trick Room. Against NDD and Hatterene, you can U-turn against the Indy and holding the Life Orb, that's pretty much going to one-shot it. But I have to say my favorite Trick Room setter on the team is Porygon 2. Both Alakazam and Porygon 2 have Ally Switch. They have very similar movesets, to be honest. They fill the same role, but one or the other does it better based on the matchup. Typically, it's going to be Porygon 2, though. I almost never bring Urshifu unless I feel like I can get that trolley move off, or I want to maybe Dynamax him, which I pretty much never do. So it's pretty much either going to be Rillaboom and one of those Trick Room setters, and then Primarina and Palisand. And if you do pivot out with Rillaboom after setting a fake out by using U-turn, you can get a free swap in with Primarina, and then what you do is, it's now you have Primarina and Porygon 2 in. You use Aqua Jet on Porygon 2, but you switch Porygon 2 into Palisand on the same turn, so Porygon 2 gets switched out and the Aqua Jet ends up hitting Palisand, so he switches in right into a +2 defense. What's also really nice about this Primarina, since we gave the Life Orb to Rillaboom, Primarina has the Room Service. So when the Trick Room is up, Primarina's speed will go down, and that way Primarina can be the slowest Pokemon there. When it normally gets undersped by other stuff, it will also make sure it always goes first if there's another Primarina there. Back to the Palisand, the star of the show. If you can, the ideal thing is to have Palisand and Primarina on the field, get them out at the same time, kind of. That way, instead of switching in and getting hit with an Aqua Jet while it's not Dynamax, you can Dynamax and get hit with the Aqua Jet at the same time, so it does very minimal damage. If your opponent has a lot of flying types, this is going to be hard to do, but the idea is to start using Max Quake right away, because Primarina is boosting your physical defense with those Aqua Jets, but that still leaves you vulnerable on the special defense side. So if you can get off 2 or even 3 Max Quakes, you're going to be +2 or +3 special defense, and then you're just very hard to kill. And you do want to Dynamax as soon as Palisand gets on the field. If you lead with them, Dynamax right away, because you're trying to get that special defense boost. Sometimes I actually do just lead Primarina and Palisand and just start going to town right away. Because what happens once you get Palisand, that boosted up on special defense and regular defense, when it goes back down from Dynamax, it's still really hard to kill. You have Protect, and then you have Shore Up, which heals at least half of your health. So if your opponent's attacks are barely doing anything and then you just heal whenever you need to, it can be a bigger cancer in the game than Stockpile Toxapex. That's pretty much a gist of how the team works. I think that explained that well. You lead Rillaboom and the Trick Room user. You spam Ally Switch to make your opponent do all kinds of silly things, waste their Dynamax, and then boom, you bring in Primarina, Palisand, and you just kind of sweep. If you need them, Urshifu's there. You can try out different things with the team, but that Porygon 2 holding Eviolite is just so hard for your opponent to kill. I wanted so badly to make a team work with this Sandcastle, and I'm beyond thrilled about how good it ended up being. It's not the best. I don't think this team could ever be like #1 in the world, but I hit top 2,000 with it before I screwed up my rating testing all the other teams. So it is pretty good. But I've got one more bonus team for you. So I'll show you one more of my teams that I built right here. Here is the bonus team, everyone. This is another team that I used in my weekly Sunday tournament. That tournament's open to everyone, so please feel free to join anytime. It's every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The reason this is the bonus team and I didn't make it one of the top 5 teams is because Raichu is just not bulky enough to be good. If Raichu just had a little more bulk to him, it would be another story. But because he doesn't, it makes this team really hard to recommend. But when you go off with the team, it's really good. And the idea of the team, the fun gimmick that I wanted to do here, was to take advantage of Surge Surfer, Alolan Raichu, along with Pink Urchin. Everyone's doing, grassy terrain, psychic terrain. I wanted to utilize electric terrain. And that's the idea of this team. You can, of course, lead Pink Urchin and lead Raichu. Always nice to get a Fake Out down, get a Nuzzle down. If your opponent switches in Indy and they set psychic terrain, Raichu has Expanding Force too. But the main thing to do with it is just set the electric terrain with Pink Urchin. Raichu's speed will be faster than pretty much anything in the game. And then you Rising Voltage, which has 140 base power when electric terrain is up, to just start going to town on things. Now, the problem with this team is that Raichu is so frail, like I said, but also, since there are all those other terrains going on, if you lead with Raichu and Pink Urchin, someone can easily just swap in Indy or swap in Rillaboom and your electric terrain's gone, and that Rising Voltage really doesn't do that much. That's the problem. So it's almost a better idea to lead with something like Raichu and Scizor, just for example, and then if it's not favorable matchup to Raichu, switch Raichu out and just start bullet punching with Scizor, or switch Pink Urchin in, set that terrain and start going to town on Raichu and save your Scizor. If you use Fake Out with Raichu, you can even U-turn with your Scizor to bring Pink Urchin in. So there's a lot of cool stuff like that you can do with this team. Scizor is just so good on its own. It's the fact that it has U-turn makes its synergy really good. The combination of Choice Band plus Technician makes the moves like Bullet Punch and Dual Wing Beat do so much damage. Because it does have Choice Band, you can only use one attack until you switch out. So if you don't use U-turn, you're going to be stuck using whatever attack you have. You don't want to Dynamax Scizor because then you lose the ability and you lose the effects of the Choice Band. It's not good. The idea with Scizor is to do some really big damage with either Bullet Punch or Dual Wing Beat, or if you're in a pinch, Superpower. Because Raichu is so frail, you really don't want to Dynamax him. So pretty much the number one Dynamax option on this team is Cinderace. Raichu is technically there to be the other Dynamax option, but that has never ended well for me. Plus, when you use Max Lightning, it actually does less damage than Rising Voltage does in electric terrain. If you're Dynamaxing Cinderace, it's really nice to have a support Pokemon like either Clefairy or Whimsicott. You don't want to bring both, but one or the other. Clefairy's ability, of course, allows Cinderace to take less damage. Clefairy is also nice because it has Follow Me. Both Whimsicott and Clefairy have Helping Hand, but Whimsicott has Taunt and Tailwind. So if you need a Pokemon with Taunt or you need that Tailwind speed control, that's when you bring the Whimsicott. Other than that, you pretty much want to bring the Clefairy. Now, my bonus battle using this team, I actually ended up choosing a battle that I lost. But the reason I did that was I only lost by this much. I was this close to beating my opponent, but it showed the whole team a lot better than some of the fast wins. So to give you a better idea of how everything worked, I thought that was the one to choose. And because this is a bonus team, I didn't feel too bad about it. But that wraps up all 6 teams, the 5 teams, plus the bonus teams. That is all my descriptions. You're about to get into the battle portion but if you've been using the timestamps, that's kind of irrelevant, I guess. But please, if you've watched this much of the video and you found the stuff I said helpful, please consider dropping a subscribe. Even if you don't watch all my content, you don't have to hit the bell. If you're subscribed, YouTube will recommend the content that it knows you're going to watch. YouTube's run by this company called Google. They're kind of good at search engine stuff. I don't know. But in all seriousness, thank you for watching. If you're not going to stick around for the battles, I hope you have a great day. And if you are going to stick around for the battles, I hope you really enjoy them. There's some really cool stuff in there. So either bye and have a great day, or you'll see the other outro at the very end. Okay, so we have our first trainer here. Let me walk you through my thought process. I see the NDD. I know that can set Psychic Terrain. Mr. Rhyme, you don't see a lot. That can be a good screen setter. Whimsicott could be a good Tailwind setter. Kind of afraid of him leading Blastoise, but I really don't see any threats to my Talonflame. So I want to bring Talonflame, and I'm going to bring Excadrill as well, because even if I can't double Earthquake, like if he brings the Togekiss, I can Iron Head right into it. So we're going to go Talonflame, Excadrill, and then, of course, Porygon and Clefairy in the back. Let's see how this works out. All right, took my opponent here a good amount of time to figure out what he wanted to do. And he is going to bring NDD and Blastoise. So, obviously, I feel like he's probably going to... Sorry about that. I feel like he's going to Expanding Force and go after the Talonflame, if not just double attack the Talonflame. So I'm a little nervous about that. Part of me wants to switch into... Part of me wants to switch Talonflame right into Clefairy, but Blastoise could also, you know, fake out. There's lots of stuff he could do that would be really annoying for me, so I'm just going to play it safe and just Earthquake and try to get the Tailwind off. I'm not going to do any switches. I end up getting the Tailwind off, so that's going to help me immensely throughout the match. And this is what I'm talking about, getting that chip damage in with Excadrill before bringing in Clefairy and Porygon Z. Okay, so Blastoise is going to end up using Shell Smash. That's a little scary. Did he just cancel out? Oh, wait, hold on. Does Shell Smash, do you get to keep the boosts? Oh yeah, he gets to keep the boosts. And he doesn't lose anything for doing that. That's pretty crazy. So we are gonna go after Blastoise. Well, I feel like he might go for Excadrill, right? But Blastoise is too dangerous, so we gotta go after the Blastoise. That's what we'll be doing. I'm not sure if he outspeeds under Tailwind, but you gotta make decisions on the fly, and that's how you learn. Okay, NDD is using Follow Me. If he is going to go after... Oh, I outspeed. Perfect. So Blastoise does survive that, which is fine. Oh, he's going to try to double outspeed. Okay. Wow, he's making himself +4 and +4. This is crazy. Crazy strategy right now. I respect my opponent for doing it. I honestly do. Oh, they disconnected. So that's the power of the team. I'll give you guys a bonus battle. See, that's why I like that Talonflame Excadrill lead. Even against Blastoise, my opponent got really greedy. That's really funny. I don't need to check their team. I'm good. I will never give you guys a team like what my opponent just tried to do, I promise. Okay, right away, I see Rillaboom. I see male NDD. That's to stop Trick Room. It's to try to imprison. We don't Trick Room, so we don't really care. I see Stalwart Duraludon as well. I know that I can literally two-shot T-Tar with Helping Hand Clefairy. I feel like my opponent is going to lead Rillaboom. So for that reason, I think I'm just going to start going to town with Porygon Z right away. And I'm going to bring Togekiss in the back along with Talonflame. Indian Lapras. Okay. Didn't expect it. Probably going to set the Aura Veil right away. Raise the special defense. Okay, I think what I do here is just do what I always do. You know what? Honestly, let's get a nasty plot off. Well, no, because he's going to expanding force most likely. So I think I do end up just max striking the Indy and getting a helping hand from Porygon. The fact that my opponent led Lapras makes me expect that he'll probably try to set up the Aura Veil right here, which is a good play, honestly. Especially because I'm Dynamaxing turn 1. Yep, there's Dynamax Lapras. Unless he's insane and he's Dynamaxing in DD. But he's in Master Ball tier, so I don't think he would do that. Unless it's a really good NDD. It's not. Alright, Porygon is ready to go. Oh, Indy used Ally Switch, and I honestly don't hate that. Because I'm going to do some serious damage to either one of them. Yeah, we just one-shot Lapras. So we probably should have just went for Lapras from the start. We might get a Rage Quit right here. But even though this team made people Rage Quit both times, if that's what ends up happening, you can see how good it is. When I say it's easy mode, it's literally easy mode. Boom. We got a Disco. So I think my point is proven for this team. So good. All right. Next team battle is going to start in a second. Okay, so right here, I see a lot of things I don't like. I see Rillaboom. One thing I will say is this. I see all physical attackers besides Dusclops. So I know that this lead is going to be good no matter what. Then as for who I want in the back, I think I'm going to save my Dynamax. I'm going to do things like Taunt with Gyarados. And then Alchemy and Duraludon will eventually come out. I'm kind of hoping Hitmontop and Gyarados die around the same time. That would be convenient. And we'll go from there. If they do Dynamax on turn 1 with leading with Dusclops, I won't be able to get a Fake Out in. But I'm not really disappointed by that. Okay. I think I go for the Fake Out on Incineroar while I taunt the Snorlax. Of course, he's got an Intimidate user as well. Ophelia. Alright, we're going to Fake you out. We're going to taunt you. After making them both -2. Love to see it. Dusclops is coming out. He's going to D-Max Snorlax turn 1. I mean, it's -2, so I'm not really worried if he does. To be fair. Oh, he was trying to yawn me. Love to see it. Now we're going to start barreling into the Snorlax and taunt the Dusclops. Let's go. My opponent is already caught off guard. I can tell you that right now. This is not what they signed up for. We're just going to double switch after this. It's pretty easy to play around this. I'm not going to lie. Honestly, okay, let's see. I feel like he's going to go after the Hitmontop more. But he's definitely not gonna... Alright. Let's just swap him out. This is going to be a fun game of Swappy Town. Love to see it. He's bringing Dusclops back out. Sending Snorlax back in. And just wasting a fake out. Love it. Love it. All right. So now that I know what his plan is with the Snorlax, we can... We'll take out Incineroar. That's fine. Oh, okay. Go for it, Dusk Boy. He really, really wants that Trick Room. I can tell you that right now. No one will be able to go to sleep with the electric terrain up. That's all you want. We'll max Worm because that way, even if he switches in, it'll just lower attack. Oh, gonna ally switch? Alright. That's good too. That'll work. I'm +4 now. I'm getting real scary. Love to see it. I'm quite enjoying this. Oh, he's going for the Steel Roller, take away the terrain. I hear ya. I hear ya. You want to put me to sleep? I got you, bud. I got you. Oh, he's gonna Dynamax Rhyperior for sure. You know what? I'll go right after you. I'll even let you yawn. You can do that. That's okay with me. Oh, that was a really good switch. That was a really good switch. Now he's still got his Intimidate user in the or not his Intimidate user. He's still got his full Dynamax. That's what's important to him there, and he's still got it. Pretty sure, yeah, even though it's not very effective, we're +6, right? We're killing everything at this point. Just boosted our defense. Love to see it. Oh, he thought I was going to set terrain again. Silly fella. Alright, Snorlax is definitely going to go for the yawn. Well, Rhyperior Dynamaxes, so I'm just trying to think. My opponent might give up. I mean, I'm trying to think because I'm trying to be careful, but that's the power of this team. So I think that's a pretty good example for you guys. Definitely let me know any questions you have in the comment section below. Basically, at that point, all I had to do was just swap Alcremie for Hitmontop, then swap him for Gyarados, then swap him back for Hitmontop. Would have been -3 attack, Duraludon's +6. I mean, it just go to town, you know? So that was a great match. We'll get right into the next team's match now. Let's see what this Talon Rain team can do. Okay, looks like they have a Rain team as well. The only thing I've seen that's able to counter Kingdra really is Kingdra. So, alright, I know exactly what to do. All we have to do is bring Talonflame to set the Tailwind. Bring Magnezone for Urshifu. Magnezone deals with so much of this team so well. The only thing I'm afraid of is Duraludon. But still, Kingdra can take out Duraludon in Swift Swim. So we're going to bring Talonflame. We are going to bring... He could lead a physical attacker like Farfetch'd or Surfetch'd. Fake Out's always good. No, Magnezone's too good. So we lead Talonflame and Magnezone, and then we bring the Toad and the King in the back. My opponent was ready to go like that. They knew what they were doing. Okay, so he's going to make it rain for us, which is perfect. Because then all I need to do is get this Tailwind off. Boom. And what do I want to do? Flash Cannon into the Sableye, why not? But then, once it starts raining, I will actually outspeed his Kingdra. So I can just max Wormwind right into him for the win. Love to see it. Can't wait. The only thing I anticipate being a little annoying is the Sableye. Because I do think that he is going to try to ally switch. Oh, wow. He's actually not setting the rain. Interesting. Oh, he's setting the rain manually. Well, that makes sense. Going for the foul play on the Magnezone. Okay, I understand why you would do that, I guess. Alright, let's bring in Kingdra. And honestly, I'm just going to anticipate that he ally switches here. I'm just going to call it. I'm going to Dynamax, I'm going to Max Worm right into him. And then if he doesn't ally switch, well, guess what? We will. So I'll either get rid of the pesky Sableye or I'll get some big damage on the Kingdra. I'm pretty happy with either one. Let us see. Oh, nope, he helping hand. So I'm okay with that. I'm actually honestly okay with that. Because I'll ally switch. I'll get to Max Wormwind first. That's going to lower the other Kingdra's attack before he even has a chance to get his attack off. It's also going to take away the possibility that he does another ally switch. He's going for the Max Worm. Did he predict? Nope. He guessed wrong. So yeah, if I were him, I would definitely be pretty upset about that. So let's see. He's probably going to bring the Toad. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to max guard here or, you know, what his plans are. But I am going to... We'll double up into him. Do I ally switch again? I'm not really sure if I should or not or what. We'll just get some damage out on the field, I guess. He max guards. We kind of waste our turn, but I don't think Duraludon can really do too much, so I'm not super worried about it. Guys, ally switch is fair and balanced. He did not max guard. Love to see it. That's how we get stuff done. That's how we get stuff done out here. You see a Kingdra? You bring a Kingdra. That's why Talonflame is so good on this team for the mirror match. Because if you can get the Tailwind off, your opponent's kind of screwed. Just a little bit. Oh, nice. We even got a crit with the... Oh, man! Big damage! Big damage from Duraludon. Oh, that's unfortunate for him that we survived that. Urshi? Alright, I think I kind of have to just... Does he have a priority move? I don't know if he does. I don't know if he doesn't. Yeah, well... This'll help either way. Lower that Urshi's attack. Get the Dura off the board. Love to see it. So we're gonna have basically Toad versus Urshi at this point. Maybe I shouldn't have targeted the Duraludon. Alright. That's a GG right there. Now here's the thing about Urshifu. Urshifu can hit right through Protect. I should have planned this better. This was a very bad decision on my part. But what we can do is... Let's see who does more. He's gonna go for the Surging Strikes. And it's gonna do less than half. Nope, it does more. Oh, but we have the berry. Perfect. So we can survive that one more time. Now, what does this do? That is the question. Nothing. Oh, we got the burn, though. We got the burn. Yes. Oh, and the rain got turned off. Those are both very, very good things for us. So, I think Scalding is the way to go. Now his attack is lowered a couple of times over. Because no more rain. That takes away 50%. And then another -1 from being burned. So yeah, we eat that. We eat that. Oh, we just needed the rain to go away. That's all. That burn was huge. So obviously not the greatest way to play this team. But you're going to see it's going to end up working out for us. And really, you know, it is what it is. You can't hate it. A win is a win. All he can do is Surging Strikes. Unless, like, he's just waiting to close combat. Oh, is it Scarfed? Oh my god, I think he's Scarfed. Yeah, guys, don't scarf your Urshi. You do, don't bring in the back. I mean, come on. So I think one more hit and it's gone. It's literally just gone. Yep, he's got to be scarfed. He absolutely has to be. A shame that it took me that long to realize it, but yeah, that's how you do it. Politoed for the sweep. And like, these are crits too, so it's not like, oh, maybe he'll crit me and win. Those are crits. So beautiful. That's a clean, didn't even die from the burn damage. That was just a clean knockout. So yeah, you can see how this team works, how Kingdra's really good, how Talonflame can get the Tailwind off. This Rain team is OP. You know, Kingdra is so good right now. I had to feature Kingdra on at least one of these teams. And the Talonflame makes the difference. I'm telling you. So you didn't even get to see the Steel Roller Snorlax. But yeah, that's how that team works, guys. And you can see the next team right here. Okay, we are literally playing against the exact same team. All right, does Togekiss have follow me on this team? Probably. All right, so we're gonna lead with Togekiss. Definitely lead with Rillaboom. Primarina is really good here against Goodra. And do I want Comfey? Do I not want Comfey? It doesn't really matter. I think I want Bisharp because their entire team just gets wrecked by Steel. So this is what we're doing. This is a thing. I told you this was a good rental team. He's sending out Bisharp and Rillaboom. I'm sending out Togekiss and Rillaboom. Alright, so he's probably going to steal right into the Toga. Is what I would assume. Let's see. I'm going to try to get away with a Heat Wave. We'll see what happens. I got it off. Yes. That's awesome. That is definitely really awesome. All right, he survived because of his Focus Sash, but it was still not the best situation for my opponent, for sure. All right, so I think now we just go for another Heat Wave and a Grassy Glide right into the Bisharp. Should be fine. Protect. Okay. Fair, fair, fair. I probably should have protected as well. That's okay. His Rillaboom is down to half health. All right, I'm very afraid of getting U-turned by him. I'll tell you that much. All right, let's see. I think we can just Sucker Punch the Bisharp and U-turn his Rillaboom. I'm not sure if we're powerful enough to get it. We're gonna try. I think we might be Sucker Punching each other. Yeah, he Sucker Punched. My Sucker Punch failed because it broke the speed tie, but at least I got my U-turn off, and he didn't. So I do like that. And I still have a Rillaboom that can come out and do a fake out at some point. I know what I need to do here. I need to just blow up Primarina. What's the strongest move? Iron Head. All right, we're gonna try to Iron Head Bisharp. Yeah, I guess we'll just try that. That should be my best bet. I'm trying to think, do I use the Max Starfall or not? Let's just do it. Whatever. Whatever happens, happens, right? Oh, the Comfey can just take out my Bisharp, I'm pretty sure. With a Draining Kiss, even though it's weak. Can it, though? Oh, it's going to use Floral Healing. Got it. Wow. Okay, so that actually didn't do too much. I don't hate that. Okay. Oh, it was enough. It was enough. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. The Comfey does have Ally Switch. So I think he brought the Goodra. I think he did it. I'm pretty sure he did. Oh no! He brought Primarina as well. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. We're gonna go for the Iron Head. And we're gonna go... Max Strike. Alright, let's do it. Now here's the thing, when Rillaboom comes out, I'm pretty set in terms of just Grassy gliding right into Preem if I get some damage on it. Even if there's Ally Switch shenanigans, I'm not super worried. We'll worry about it when we get there. Ally Switch, there it is. Oof, that still did a nice chunk, not gonna lie. And now we're gonna make it slower. Perfect. Now you would think it would probably try to, like, what, set up Trick Room maybe? Max Geyser into Bisharp. You know I have a Focus Sash, right? Like, you know that. 100% you know it. Interesting. Alright, we're actually going to Sucker Punch Primarina right now and finish off the Comfey, I think. Because I would think he's probably trying to get off a Trick Room or some kind of shenanigans. But then he might Draining Kiss because he has priority. I don't know. So Primarina's going to use Max Guard, so our Sucker Punch does nothing. Comfey does do the Draining Kiss to get the Bisharp off the board. And then we Max Strike. Perfect. You call a win, win, win. And there you go. I know what I'm talking about a little bit. I know how to beat the teams that I give you guys. So if you're watching this, just see what I did and just do something to counter that. And then boom, you got me. Got him. I love it. His Max Guard's used up. There's nothing he can do about what I'm about to do. Should have saved that Max Guard. Alright, I'm little again. My Primarina is little. Which is quite unfortunate. So we're just gonna Grassy Glide. And Moonblast. And we'll go from there. All we needed was the Glide. That's a win. That was really satisfying to beat the team that I was using. I wonder if it's the person that made this team. Good team. All right, next we're going into my team, the first of two of my teams. Let's get it. All right, let's see right now. Oh, I see Indie Hat expanding force shenanigans. So I'm going to do is lead Alakazam, so I can use their expanding force against them. Have Rillaboom in the back. Or actually, you know what? It's good to have Rillaboom in the front because I can U-turn into NDD. And if I need to get a Trick Room off with Alakazam, I can. And I want to show you guys the awesomeness of the team. So I do want to bring Palisand and Primarina. Something really trolly that I like to do sometimes is to just straight up something really trolly that I like to do is actually to use Protect on Palisand and then use Surging Strikes on itself from Urshifu. So this is actually exactly what we predicted, so it's kind of perfect. All we have to do is Expanding Force to get some chip damage, and then U-turn on the NDD. And that should take out the NDD. And he'll set a Trick Room, which I don't mind at all. I'll bring out Primarina, and we'll Trick Room it up. Boom. And it's enough. It's enough. That's all we needed. So you can see how good this is against this combination right here. It's kinda awesome. And I'll just let that Psychic Terrain live there. Good old Alakazam, he'll bathe in it. Well, he'll take a nice rest. Oh, he's gonna turn off his own grassy terrain. Don't blame him. I don't blame the guy. So, alright, I think what we're gonna do is screw with them a little bit with Ally Switch. And then, you know what? He's probably just gonna go right for Primarina, right? So I think what I want to do is actually just, you know what? Let's just bring in the Sandcastle right now. And start setting it up. Because he sees that Primarina and his eyes are getting big, right? Is he Dynamaxing the Rillaboom? Wow, I did not expect that. Okay. So I'm gonna get some nice defense boost from this, but I don't think it's enough to survive what Rillaboom would do to me if he's going after me. So we'll see. We shall see. Patterney is gonna get off a Dazzling Gleam. Okay, that doesn't do too much. I'm not worried about that. I know now that I'm slower, so that's really good. All right. I think Ally Switch could be really, really good. But I also just like a good old Fake Out. So we'll go with the Fake Out. Dynamax. Dynamax. Alright, we got to All right, let's actually just max guard. And then go right into Patterny. He could actually max Flutterby, my Rillaboom. He's still got one more G-Max attack even after this turn. So even though Palisand is going to live, it's a very scary thought. He just had to decide which one did he want to take out more. Patterny uses Protect. Hopefully it's just a wash and no one hurts anyone. Let's all live peacefully. If he max Flutterby's hose, that could be the game. Oh, he did not. Perfect. That's nice. All right, we were able to restore a little bit of health. I like that. I like that. Trying to think, like, what do I even have in the back? Oh, Alakazam. Oh, Alakazam kind of destroys. No, but I think I need to just kind of risk it for the biscuit right here. And just kind of hope that this is enough. Okay, it's enough for the Hatterny. I'll take it. That's a small victory in itself right there. Now I get to move before Rillaboom does. That's a major victory. Plus it lowers his defense. I'll take it. Now did he go after the castle or the Boom Boom? He went after the castle. Oh, yes! Oh my god. He's gonna Grassy Glide into me is the problem. But I think what I do is actually... I don't want to switch out the castle. Lose all the stat boosts. Oh my gosh. Azumarill. Rip. Alright, let's see. Alright. Not loving this. You could just max guard and try to take out the Azumarill, I guess. Feels like a waste using 2 of my turns for max guard, but we'll see. Okay, that's nice. I will say that is nice. I'm probably a fan of that. Alright, he's gonna knock off. Oh! He does not have U-turn. I like that very, very much. Alright, he's got to pick what his plan is here and who he's going after. If I were him, I would legit go after Rillaboom. So just in case that is what he does, we'll get some damage on him with Palisand. But if I pull off this U-turn, it basically gives me the game. That's game right there. Because I can come back in. Oh, no, wait, I'm down to 2. I thought I would get my fake out back. Still gives me the game. Oh, and he gets sent back out again? Really? So I do get the fake out. Oh, no. Nope. Already in battle. So yeah, all I have to do is hit him with one of my Pokemon. The grass is gone. You'll love to see it. Oh, I think I do get the fake out. I don't know. Should I test it for science? I'm pretty sure I do. So we're just gonna take it. I've got a sash on Alakazam anyways, so it's all good. So look, the first battle I did with my team. I know it pretty well. Oh yeah, we get that fake out. Love to see it, guys. So it's a really good team, actually. I'm proud of it. I definitely got ideas from other people in the community for sure, but I tweaked some things, made it my own, and it does really well. So that's how you use that one, and I'm glad I got to show you that Palisand core where you boost up its defense. It's really good if your opponent is using some physical attackers. Let's get right into the bonus team, number 6. All right, here we go. Now, the funnest part of this team is getting to use Pinkerton and Raichu and getting to use Rising Voltage, all that stuff. Now, I see Amoonguss. I already know I'm bringing Pinkerton. I know that right away. I see a Grimmsnarl. I assume he's probably going to lead the Grimmsnarl. So what I'm going to do is lead with... I'm trying to decide if I want to lead with Scizor instead of Cinderace and Clefairy. He's got too many fire Pokemon. I'm going to lead with Cinderace and Clefairy. And I'm going to bring Pinkerton and Raichu in the back. And this is going to allow me to do a lot of really cool things. Now, he's probably going to lead with Incineroar and try to go for like a fake out. So it makes me kind of want to lead Raichu, but if that happens, I might just switch Cinderace right into Pinkerton. We'll see what happens, but this is the lead I'm going to go with just because I want to try to show you guys the team as much as possible. Anytime you see an Incineroar and it's like any slightly favorable, they're going to lead with Incineroar. I stand corrected. Alright, so... Alright, I'm trying to think. Grimmsnarl is probably going to Thunder Wave. I want to Dynamax right away. I already know that. That's what I want to do. But I think I'm going to go after the Grimmsnarl and just follow me instead of Helping Hand because I'm afraid of Thunder Wave. I'm afraid of it. Alright, cool. I will definitely move first. And he's not taking any of his Pokemon out, so I'll hit who I'm intending to. This is absolutely worse. This is absolutely worth using my D-Max. I found Cinderace in general. You're going to bring him Dynamax in turn 1. And especially because I have Raichu in the back that takes advantage of Rising Voltage. You don't want to Dynamax Raichu. You really don't. Okay, he's going to Dynamax T-Tar. I wonder if he went for like a Max Quake on Cinderace. If he did, I'm changing to a Steel type, so it won't hurt as bad as if I was Fire. But obviously it's not as good as like getting a Max Airstream off. Oh, he won't even hit Cinderace. He'll go right into Clefairy. That's nice. Alright, so he's not taking any chances. He's not trying to T-Wave me or anything. He's just trying to get that Reflect up right away. Can't blame him. I'm going to start padding my defense. Okay, we one-shot that right through Protect. So Light Screen is not going to come up. So that makes Raichu very scary for my opponent. I'll tell you that right now. Went for that Max Rock into the Clefairy. It's fine. Clefairy's like, oh, that tickled. Wow, is someone gonna rage quit against my bonus team? I always say that to try to like intimidate them to not. I'm like, you know, if you put it out there like that it's gonna happen, then the opposite happens. I make sense, okay? I definitely make sense. All right, we're going to... maybe Max Airstream. No, Max Airstream. Well, because he could be Max Quaking me. That's the thing. No, because he could be. He's probably going to Max Rockfall again. That's probably the way smarter play. So I'm going to try to Helping Hand. We'll see if that works. All right, we got the Helping Hand off. That's going to do some serious damage, even with the sand up. Oh, wow. I'm surprised. I'm shocked at how little damage it did. We are +2 defense now. Oh, I'm -1 attack. That's another problem. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. So this kind of cancels out, though. Because we're +2 defense. He is +2 attack. So it kind of cancels out. Wow. That's a great strategy. Haven't seen that yet. I'm honestly ashamed that I haven't. All right. So we're going to get a follow me off here, I believe. He just made himself +3 attack. That is dangerous. Okay. I'm just going to go for more damage on the T-Tar. I think that's kind of what I need to do. There's no priority on Life Dew, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess keeping Clefairy alive wouldn't be the worst thing, so I guess we'll try that. Oh, he's taking Incineroar out, bringing in his own Cinderace. Max guarding, so at least I do get the free Life Dew off. I'll take it. I will take it. All right, honestly, I'm not hating this matchup right now. We're both little again. I feel like Cinderace is probably just going to try to sucker punch my Cinderace. Which is like, whatever. So I'm just going to Iron Head. Follow me. See how that works. That is such a bulky T-Tar. Oh, he's gonna Iron Head too. The Fairy still kind of tanks it, not gonna lie. Oh, Rock Slide. That's a good play. Alright. The T-Tar is a much bigger threat than the Cinderace right now. So I'm trying to think. All right, let's the T-Tar has Protect. Cinderace doesn't, right? Let's just kind of hope that this works out. Because his Cinderace is going to attack first, and I'd rather have him just take out Clefairy. Oh, interesting. So this Follow Me ends up kind of being a total waste. So he got the Protect off. Okay. Should have attacked into Cinderace's slot. Unfortunate. All right, at least that's gone. No, Liquidation is definitely what I got to click right now. 100%. Because no matter who I hit, it's going to help. It's going to do some nice damage. Just press Life Dew with Clefairy. All right, Pinky avoided the attack. I do like that. I like that quite a bit. Alright, I anticipate him switching out Incineroar again to try to come back in for just one more Intimidate. Let's see. We're gonna go after the T-Tar. Actually, you know what? No, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to... No, yeah, we're gonna go after the T-Tar. Screw it. Yeah, whatever. Not even gonna fake it out. Alright, this is gonna do nice damage, honestly. Liquidation on Cinderace, I'll definitely take that. That's 140 base damage on Incineroar right there. Definitely love that. Oh, he's gonna Parting Shot Raichu. Really, really smart play there. And that's gonna reset his Sand. So we're playing against a big brain right now, not gonna lie. But every time he does those shenanigans, like switching in, switching out, using... using whatever it is he's using. Parting Shot. That's another turn that he kind of wasted in terms of getting any damage down. So again, he'll get this Intimidate off. But all his T-Tar's attack boosts are gone now, which is great. T-Tar uses Protect anyway, so this is like free damage. I should have doubled up into the Incineroar slot, I guess, but it's all good. All good. Now, as long as we survive one more... the terrain survives one more. As long as the terrain stays up one more time, we'll be okay. It looks like it's staying up. We know his Cinderace does not have Protect. So we're just going to take it right out. I don't think he can one-shot me with Sucker Punch. Never mind. I need to never talk again. Oh boy. Rock Slide. Alright, doesn't do too much, but does he get the flinch? Doesn't get the flinch. Alright, his defense fell. I honestly feel like he's probably going to Protect right now with T-Tar, because that's all he does. All he does in life is Protect with T-Tar. So I guess I just go after the Cinderace, and then we try to end up Sucker Punching him, I think, next turn on the T-Tar. He's probably thinking that I need to just, like, pick one, so he'll probably just double into me. No. Well, okay, man. I think we'll do enough damage right here. I think we actually will. If I win this... If I win this... Does a -3 Sucker Punch have any chance whatsoever? Wait, how many turns of Sand are left? This is the last one, technically. Wait, if it's 1 out of 5... I don't know. I'm just going to go for it. man. What a great match. I think I'm going to use this as the bonus team battle because we lost, but you got to see the whole team, kind of how it was supposed to work together. And even on, this is better than like a quick win where you really don't get to see the team that much, like what happened with Porygon. That's why we did multiple battles for Porygon, but people just love rage quitting against that. So yeah, I'm going to just do this battle because it shows the team as well. And again, I don't feel bad that that was a loss because it is the bonus team. Okay, everyone, that wraps up this month's edition. This is the July-August 2020 edition of Top 5 Rental Teams. You had a bonus team at the beginning of July. You had a bonus team in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I hope you consider subscribing. Dropping a like definitely helps out the channel a ton. Don't forget to check out my new daily news show on All Nintendo News, Monday through Friday at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time. And now I think it's about time for you to go have some fun building some teams and hitting Master Ball rank. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.